Aloha YouTubers, this is Bud coming to you from beautiful Honolulu, where it's about 74 degrees, about 8 o'clock, and it's kind of windy, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. I hope you guys enjoyed the last few beaches that I gave you. It was Makaha Beach and Yokohama Bay, and I gave you my second hideout. Now I go to my hideouts like everybody does to kind of be by myself, relax, watch the surf and sea, and do my thing, and you all know what I mean about that. I wanted to break one of the myths, and that's one of the reasons I've been doing these YouTube entries, is to show you that Hawaii doesn't necessarily mean crowded, and there are many places you can go and kind of be by yourself. Trying to get my morning cup of coffee in. Last night I went out with some of my friends, and after having lunch with my family, and we partied, and it was great. We had a great time. The beach we went to, of course, was nobody but us, and so we enjoyed ourselves. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about justice in the penal system. Our Constitution guarantees us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But when you look at the DEA and the justice system and the penal system, you got to say, do we really have those rights anymore? It appears to me that if you look back 100 years, we didn't even have a DEA. And basically you could do whatever you wanted pretty much anytime you wanted to do it. It's just over the last 100 years, since basically the 30s, that this DEA, used to be called G-Men, have been involved with pursuing citizens, pursuing their own kind of happiness. And I have a bit of a problem with the DEA, not to the fact that they're not trying to do their job. I just have a problem with interpreting their job. It seems to me the DEA should be stopping drugs coming into this country, and that the regulation of those drugs should be done by the state, because different states have different laws, and each state should be able to determine if they want their citizens to be able to use medical marijuana or medical cannabis, or in the classifying of those drugs. Now, if you look at the DEA, and when they go into somebody's house, they usually go in the morning or late evening, they come in dressed as commandos. Now, this is a pretty scary thing to think about, somebody entering your house, putting a machine gun to your head. I think these guys should rethink what they're doing for a living. Limit themselves to controlling the drugs coming into the borders, and there wouldn't be so much problem here. Now, the idea that they can confiscate property and monies that they find is a reward, and I have a bit of a problem with that. If you look at what Jefferson said, he said, if government controls what you put into your body, it's true tyranny. And these guys are pretty smart. I don't know. I look at what it costs to put a prisoner in prison for 1 year, and it was somewhere between $28,000 and $30,000 a year. Now we have over 2 million people in prison. It doesn't take a mathematician to do the math to figure out we're at about $600 million. So prison's actually an industry, okay? And I have a bit of problem with that, as I've been reading a lot lately on the internet, and I happen to come across something called the Patriot Act. Don't read it. You realize how scary that Patriot Act is. The fact that they don't even need a search warrant or an arrest warrant to actually come in and arrest a citizen. I have a problem with that. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about these things this morning, and see if you feel the same way I do. Next week we're going to hit Waimea Bay, which is also called Sunset Beach. And in the winter, the waves can get up to 35 to 50 feet. Now this is the time you do not want to be on the shore. I'm usually up about 100 feet up on the mountainside there watching them, and this thing will actually shake the mountain, like an earthquake. Another myth I wanted to kind of break is buying and property on here in Hawaii. If you buy it on the Big Island, it's fairly cheap. You can get a couple acres for $30,000 and build a small package 3-bedroom home and be there for $100,000. Now, where you buy is really important, but I can tell you now that you can live in this semi-tropical climate, and as you get older, that becomes important. Look up longevity on the U.S. Census, and it will tell you about those things. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the justice and the criminal system and the Justice Department. I'm not sure exactly what they're supposed to be, what justice actually means to these fellows. The DEA is out of control. They're totally out of control. And I'm hoping Obama can do something about that, although he seems to be focusing on everything but that. You know, all we want to do is be left alone in our homes and do the things that we want to do in pursuit of happiness. And each person defines that a little differently. Anyway, I want to let you guys know that it's Sunday. Get out with your family, and I hope you've had a great weekend. Again, I appreciate you watching my videos, and your comments are always welcome. So it'll be probably Thursday before I get out to Sunset Beach and a couple others out there for you. But I want you to feel comfortable enough that when you come over here, you'll be relaxed and have a good time, because that's what it's going to be about. So again, this is Bud coming to you from Honolulu, and I'll catch you on the flip side next week. Aloha.